Hello, we are back for another Avatar The Last Airbender traditional trap. And I love me some Jet, but Fire Nation Drill is here. This card is great. 4 mana removal. It's got plenty of target creatures with power 4 or less that are still problems. And I've never seen the permanents in opponents that have hexproof and indestructible taking effect, but there is the green common indestructible card this would stop. And hexproof from octopus form would also be stopped. 6/3 that removes something is great. Obviously, it's not just a 6/3 body, it's crew, and the trample is even relevant. Now, other good cards in this pack are Haru and Jet, and then the rest is kind of playable removal in green and white. So we'll see what wheels here. Wartime Protesters. I have had trouble winning with red black, but I think it's a viable color pair according to the data on Tempting Lands. And Wartime Protesters is just a baseline 4 mana 4/4 haste, even if you don't get to play other allies. And there are so many allies in this set. I think it's worth taking over Deadly Precision here. Accumulate Wisdom is perfectly fine. It's not a draw for the draw 2 decks, but it is a lesson for decks that have Guru in there, or Boomy, or the first time flyers. Invasion Reinforcements is fine as well. We'll take Wartime Protesters, and I know other people don't like Long Fang, but I like it. You either need to remove it, or it puts 1/1 counters on stuff, make them into relevant bodies. Now, it's gotta be Firebending Lesson, right? It's better than Deadly Precision. Potentially. This is a early lesson if we do have the Fire Nation Cadets that get Firebending with a lesson in the graveyard. This can remove anything, whereas this is only going to kill X2s until you can kick it for 5 mana. But we don't have Sackcloth for this yet. Let's take Firebending Lesson. There's the Fire Nation Cadets. I guess I will take them over Callous Inspector. Callous Inspector I do like in black, white, the sacrifice deck. But I don't know that we'll have enough sacrifice synergy to justify taking it over Fire Nation Cadets here when we have a Firebending Lesson to turn them on early. I think this is the ideal way to turn them on. Remove their 2-drop after you play your 1-drop and then attack in with Firebending. Use that mana to crack clues or do whatever, and you're good. So hopefully Messenger Hawk wheels here. We get to do something like that. Fire Nation Cadets into Firebending Lesson into like Messenger clue cracks. What do we take here? Katara is quite good. She's quite good, but she's blue. So we gotta take a red black card, I think. Cave of Two Lovers. Earthbend 3. I think we take Fire Nation Cadets and stay low to the ground, potentially have a nice aggro deck here. Swamp Snare Trap is playable, removable, but I don't think we need to pick it up over Fire Nation Cadets or Cave of Two Lovers. And we'll pass Katara, hopefully get drafters to our left into blue. If we end up being black, I mean, right now we just have Fire Nation Drill, which is pretty good, but... And that's why I left the door open. Iroh is great. Do we really take it and give up Fire Nation Drill, though? Or we just take June here? I'm tempted to take June. If we didn't have the Fire Nation Drill already, then I think it'd be Iroh. Could we take Iroh and then see if... I mean... Just see what happens. Fire Nation Drill is fine. Our Fire Nation Engineer is fine. We will be attacking with our little Fire Nation Cadets. We do take it over the other 3-drop, the Long Feng here is going to make us maybe regret picking up June there, but I think it was worth specking on Iroh in case white was open. It looks like black is more open as of now. Let's take Cunning Maneuver. This is made into a better card by the fact that we have 2 Fire Nation cadets that could be turned on by Firebending Lesson and give us basically free clue cracks off this. Also, the 2 toughness works out nicely. 3 toughness is enough to survive a lot of creatures in combat. Okay, another Long Fang. It is legendary. We can only play 1, but I think we take that over Fire Nation Raider. Not super interested in that. And Foggy Swamp Hunters are just absolute stinkers. Doubt we play the Earth Rumble Wrestlers. And I doubt we play Wolfbat or Fire Nation Engineer. I guess we'll take Wolfbat or Fire Nation Engineer. We do have a clue token off Cunning Maneuver. Foggy Swamp Visions, unfortunately, is not a playable rare. So what do we want from here? Wandering Musicians, I think, is one of the weaker 4-drops. War Balloon or Deserter's Disciple. This will be our first 2-drop. I'm kind of tempted to take that over the War Balloon. But Firebending is going to pay for this War Balloon a good percentage of the time. This will maybe enable Firebending, though. I think this will wheel. I think we can take the War Balloon and see the Deserter's Disciple have a high chance of wheeling. One drops? I mean, with Firebending, I'm also more interested in Twin Blades. Do we wheel Callous Inspector if we take Twin Blades here and leave it here with Buzzard Wasp Colony? I think we might. And if not, we'll pick up the Ruffians. So let's get some interaction going. I also haven't played with Twin Blades yet, and I am curious how it will do. It's another Fire Nation Engineer, but we should grab interaction here. Abandoned Attachments would also be nice to turn on the Fire Nation cadets. Bossing Bay, or Bossing Say, is one of the best lands. This is 3 mana, make a 2/2 land creature. What is this doing here? Right, let's take Sold Out. Hope to wheel maybe Abandoned Attachments because War Balloon will be taken first here with whatever red drafters are passing to us. Combustion Man, I don't love. How to Start a Riot, I also don't love. Hog Monkey and Wolfbat, also not great. So 5 mana, do nothing on ETB is rough. We'll take a lesson for our Fire Nation cadets and leave the Hog Monkey. Even though we do have 2 Long Fangs to put counters on stuff. Swamp Snare Trap. Fighter Staff is great. Maybe we should have been red-white. Is our red-white better than our red-black here? I think it's too late to waffle, even if white is more open than black from this direction. just take Swamp Snare Trap. And it'll be efficient removal if we play it on a flyer. Callous Inspector coming up. No other red cards to speak of here besides the Earth Rumble Warrior. So red looks contested, but it's going to be a color we play. Wartime Protesters, Fire Nation Cadets, and the Cunning Maneuver plus Firebending lesson already in place. I don't love Merchant of Many Hats, especially if we already have a Wolf Bat that we could recur. Let's take, I guess, a Kyoshi Battle Fan since we have no 2-drop so far. It's kind of crazy. Take June here. Finally get red and black 2-drops, but they're all in the same pick. Let's see. Let's go to this draft. What color was open? A lot of white was taken in the first pack. White and blue and green. But it was a pretty even spread. Red and black cards were taken as well. Okay, Deserter's Disciple. We need another 2-drop. This will push through damage and potentially get Firebending off on our cadets. Do we take a Ruffians here? It's actually kind of nice with the Long Fang, but we'll probably have another shot at it. We'll take the Barrels of Blasting Jelly just in case. I don't think Iroh is so powerful that we splash for it. Start with these cards and then sideboard and hope we get some better. Wow, Boiling Rock Rider is great. So is Jet. Do we actually think Boiling Rock Rider is better than Jet? And there's a Fire Nation Cadets here even. Well, Jet is going to be triple red, so it'll be harder to play in red-black than red-white. Allies to get back. What do we have? Deserter's Disciple. I actually don't have a ton. But hopefully a red card heals. We can still pick up allies. What is this? Earth Rumble Triumph. 5 mana. +3/+3, but only to non-humans. Or draw cards equal to the Grace Power. This is a lesson. I don't think we want to play it. This is a lesson. I don't think we want to play it. But it turns on our cadets. This is a lesson. I don't think we want to play it. But it does turn on our cadets as well. I haven't tried this. Close eyes, cruelty. We'll pick it up here. Coda is too late for. Let's take a Vindictive Wardens. Do we? We have so many 3-drops. Maybe we just take another Deserter's Disciple, even though we're not happy about it. It's either that or the land, I think. Daily Indoctrination is a 2-drop. Not thrilled to pick it up here. But it does turn on the cadets. Poxbearers is a 2-drop. We don't love it, but we take it. And now we have Fire Sages. This is a 2-drop, and we We do love it. I would play Azula if Fire Sages wasn't here. There's another Iroh T-Master. Do we take that or just take another June? Can we splash this? Do we want to? It's an ally. So we can cast it with Boiling Rock Rider as well. Right? Does it use colorless mana? Or am I envisioning that? Messenger Hawk, I think, is better than the Vindictive Warriors. Gives us a clue we can crack. Don't love these Kyoshi battle fans here. We actually don't have very many sack outlets besides June. Or sack enablers. I don't think we can play Iroh T-Master. Sold out goes into the removal pile. Interaction. Cards that don't develop out the board should include Zuko's Conviction. And we can probably cut a Long Fang. It does have Legendary Rule and is understated. So let's start there. Ruffians can also go. Twin Blades should go over here. I think Ozai's Cruelty is going to be something we think about as we want to be affecting the board. How to start a riot. Also could be a potential cut. I don't think we're going so wide. We want How to Start a Riot. Could be nice, but I think we'll try out Ozai's Cruelty. And if we hate it, bring How to Start a Riot back in. Alright, sold out. Fire Nation Drill. Go over. Let's put our removal over here. Interaction over here, so we need a Cunning Maneuver. We have Zuko's Conviction. We don't have a way to sack Callus Inspector, but the clue token that we get, the mana to crack with Fire Nation Cadets, is going to be important, I think. And Callus Inspector plus Messenger Hawk plus Cunning Maneuver are our only ways to make clues and kind of draw cards. We have no other card advantage cards. This is kind of a card advantage card. I think that's kind of what the deck is lacking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 early drops. That's enough. I don't think we need to run Kyoshi, and I don't love Daily Indoctrination, but Kyoshi doesn't have the black removal spell that lets us sack an artifact. So I'm not crazy about having multiple copies of it. Maybe it is just better than Dialing Indoctrination, but it's hard to imagine we want to cut another enabler for these Fire Nation cadets. So if we find we're hitting it just fine off Ozai Cruelty, Firebending Lesson, and is that our entire list of lessons? Then we'll cut it, but I think we need a third lesson to turn on these cadets, otherwise they stink. They're 1-2 attackers, and then we're replacing them with Kyoshi battle fans. Alright, let's get in there and see how we do. This looks like we have good offensive capabilities. This is also going to be a mulligan for us. Nothing to do until turn 4. Much better. Now let's send back the Disciple. Boiling Rock Rider is not great in this deck. We don't have a ton of allies. Fox Bears and the one we just sent back are, but Fire Nation Engineer is not. Long Fang is not. And the allies we're getting back are not great, like this Fox Bear. But it is a 3-mana 3/3 with Firebending 1 and Exile capability, so we will run it. Here's the spot where it's not great. Okay, we allowed that for Fire Nation Engineers. Earth Kingdom General and Secret Tunnel. This is going to be a hard deck to beat. He's making multiple bodies. It'll be Earthbending when the Ruffians die as well. Alright, well, let's attack here. We'll trade his Earth Kingdom General for our Pox Bears. He just lets this through. And we play out the Rider. Let's make this a 4/4. Reason being, we technically trade down, but we'll make a 1/1 token and we'll get Boiling Rider to hopefully fetch up the Pox Bears if he doesn't kill it. Secret Tunnel cannot be blocked. Okay, I'm just gonna take this. I'm not gonna block the Earth Village Ruffians and let him play like a +2/+2. Or the Exile, but create a clue token if you cast it on a creature that took battle damage this turn. A big boy. Wait for Swamp Snare Trap to kill. There's Zuko's Conviction. We can Twin Blaze Trap and Swamp Snare Trap. So let's kill. Kind of want to kill his Secret Tunnel. Don't need to cast this first. So if he blocks the Fire Nation Engineer with his Earth Kingdom Soldier, that's the roughest situation for us. We could do 10, 13 damage. Or we could kill his Earth Kingdom Soldier. His Earth Kingdom Soldier. I guess we can Zuko's Conviction this thing back. So let's do this. Swamp Snare trapped, finish it off. And then we can kick Zuko's Conviction during his unstep if we don't draw anything. We can also exile his allies. He has none in the graveyard right now, but Earth King in general is an ally. Yay, cunning maneuver. That means we're swinging out. Okay, we will die here, but I think we do still cunning maneuver. Even if he has +2/+2, we're fine. If he has a rebuke, then that's rough. I see. And he gains life. Yeah, this is just going to be a tough matchup for us. Fox Bears in the graveyard now. We'll tap Boiling Rock Rider at his end step. Oh, I got a big body. 2 big bodies. And more life. Do you have any lessons? No lessons. Ozai's Cruelty stinks here. I guess let's see what we draw. I'll put this. And now we do still have ways to get through. His secret tunnel is unblockable, so this is going to be real tricky if he puts 5 power on it. We're then on block no matter how we block. And Toph is a 9-3, yes. Okay. That's a wrap. Let's cut Ozai's Cruelty. I don't think we can afford to play it. And put how to start a right in like we talked about. I think how to start right fits the deck better because we also are trying to attack. We're trying to get firebending triggers off. Our Boiling Rock Rider and our Fire Nation Cadets. And our Fire Sages. Okay, well, that's a good draw to see. I would have liked to see a 2-drop first. But it's nice to have in hand. Okay, opponent is having a slow start. Which is good. Also, we didn't see reach besides the 3-4 last game. So maybe we can poke some damage through in the air. Wartime Protesters here for sure. We get in with all our creatures. See, like, even if we had Ozai's Cruelty here, I don't think we want to play him. There's his Earth Rumble Wrestlers. It is a pretty good blocker of our Messenger Hawk. But it won't be after we blow it up. Throw the Fire Nation Grill out there. And we gotta be careful with people who say good team this early. They usually aren't actually they just want you to let up. And then they're gonna try their absolute darndest. Alright, let's slow him down. This will come in tapped. If we blow it up now. That mana won't last as he goes through phases. Nice. He does get to spend it. Or it disappears. Smart. But now he can only play a 2-drop. And we've got Menace, Flying, and a 4-4. I guess a 3-drop because he tops from here. He doesn't like it. That's a good sign for us. And that's not worth blowing up unless he's dead. 4, 7, 8. He's not. Let's see what we draw. Is he dead now? I don't think he is, Scar, but give that Menace. Nice. I am going to try to remember to keep how to start a riot in for Ozai's Cruelty when we go to our next match. This is a tough matchup. He's very good at stabilizing. And I don't know that we have a ton that we can sideboard in to deal with him. I don't think Barrels of Blasting Jelly is good rate. We already have a Long Fang. Mongoose Lizard is probably too expensive. I think we stick with the plan of trying to poke through with stuff. We have 2 Deserters Disciples. So even though we lost game 1, I think it might have looked different if we had our How to Start a Riot instead of Ozai's Cruelty. And we could push through. We had him low. We could potentially push through the last bit of damage with his Deserters Disciples. These Fire Nation Cadets look awkward without a lesson, but keep this. This is a 1, 2, 3. Imagine the cunning maneuver was a lesson. Be pretty sweet. Ooh, he's actually going to take the turn off to take one of our cards. Maybe... What does he take? Fire Nation Cadets is maybe the worst card we have. We have a backup 3-drop. 2-drop would slow us down. I mean, we have a backup 3-drop, but I guess we can't play Long Fang unless we get another land of the right color. So... he's hoping that happens. That was dumb. Why did we do that? We should have played Deserters Disciples. Could have gotten 1 more damage in if we had played Deserters Disciples first. Actually, we also would have been able to cunning maneuver. He's got Secret Tunnel out. That is rough. That may very well cost us the game. We're just going to have to take 3 here. That is a fabulous draw. He's got removal in hand. We just got to go for this. But we'll be able to double drop here with Cunning Maneuver and Pretending Pox Bears. And 2 toughness should be enough to survive. We gotta flinch first, fortunately. Do we? I guess we can just pump here and take this trade. He had some like Azula's Last Wish. And then we get do a pickle by using Cunning Maneuver. Okay, let's attack. 4, 5. This would potentially kill him, but I think it's better to take this damage. Is it? Oh, let's play it now. What's the least valuable this? Wow, snuck a game in. And we are going to take out Azai's Cruelty for How to Start a Riot before we forget. Alright, see ya. Hello. Nice. Deck did its thing. It has good offensive capabilities with the Wartime Protesters. That's the 4-mana 4/4 haste. That gives other allies haste. Fire Nation Drill, which is the vehicle that comes in, removes something, and leaves a 6/3 trample body. And this is a fine starting hand. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, these Fire Nation decks are awkward when we don't have lessons to turn with firebending, but they still get damage in, which is important. More likely we get damage in that might matter. We deserve this effect then by June and use that for sack. put Fire Nation Cadets plus June here. Okay, so do this. And we can threaten to double pump the Fire Nation Cadets. Trade with the Water Tribe Captain. This does take our turn, but it took his turn to destroy that thing. I don't think he's playing a regulation size deck. I think he's got way too many. 36, 40, 41. Alright, let's enable raid. Play Zuko's Conviction here. Bringing back the character. I think it's just important to go, go, go with that. Yeah, let's put it on the left. I lead our full acrobat. 2 toughness, so we can still attack into it. But if he holds up, his prowess will pump him to 3 toughness at least. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's make Fire Nation Engineer. No, let's make June unblockable. If he blocks with just his Wandering Musicians, then we won't do anything. Yeah. Alright. Trigger with Fire Nation Cadets. And we've got an army of 2-power creatures. Oh wow, he had invasion. We want to flash that in to block Fire Nation Cadets. We'll remember at his end step to put a fire counter on War Balloon so that we can attack with it without crewing if we end up drawing no action this coming turn. Looks like he's got a green splash. I wonder what it's for in red, white. Boomy would probably be the scariest. The attacking is crazy. There's no red, white board wipe as far as I know. Seven? No way he can conjure 13 damage out of 5 mana. Okay. Okay, so let's pop this. And we'll use 2 swamp because I guess we potentially could draw up June sacking and then want to play Firebending Lesson. So he's at 5. He has 2 blockers, 3 get through, 6 damage, he's dead, unless he has something here. And he has to flinch first. Even if he removes a blocker or a attacker, we replace that damage with Cunning Maneuver, and even if it's 4 damage, he still goes to 0 or -1. So he needs 2 things here. You could have like +2/+2 and untap. 4, 6, 4, 6, 8. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he doesn't die. Cunning Maneuver on... Oh no, he does. We have this 2-drop. Yeah. 10 damage. Let's let him flinch first. He'll gain 1 life. Except that we can sack this. Block that life gain. 6 + 3 is 9. Put this on Deserter's Disciple. Lethal, exactly. So red-white, but it feels kind of like a blue-white deck, right? He's got a bunch of bodies that can come out. He's going to try and get a bunch of bodies in the board, and then pump them with Wandering Musician. Highly to watch out for. His interaction is just Razor Rings from what we've seen so far. So our more expensive removal might not be as good against him. Hog Monkey will not be as good against him. Not that we're trying to play Hog Monkey. We run it as is. Wolfbat could maybe come in if we determine he's got like very, very few ways to beat with flyers. And we don't like the 23rd card in our deck. We got another 1, 2, 3 curve out. That's nice. It'd be real nice if we could turn on Firebending for these cadets, but we only have 3 lessons, so not hugely surprised. We haven't even turned them on. No allies to target with Boiling Rock Rider. So he does have a 2-mana play. Fortunately, we are bloody and lacking something to do. Well, we'll just die with our Deserter's Disciple here. Play out Boiling Rock Rider. He's an ally to go fetch back. And he does have patience to wait to play that. We could have held up a swamp. I don't know that it matters, but I think sometimes if you've missed a lane drop, or you don't show that extra info, it might make them a bit more reticent to not just stop damage with lightning strike. Anyways, I think we're just getting back our boiling rod rider here. Blocking these fire sages. Potentially. So he can get us here, but putting an ally in the graveyard will give Boiling Rock Rider something to go grab back. Oh, we can actually make a 4/4 on board though. See what he's got in his hand. No permanents, that's rough. If we had the 1/2, we'd be in a better spot here. We'd have fire bending online. But that's the best way to learn, is to go through painful experiences with your misplays so you don't repeat them. Prince Kingdom Jailer. Gonna grab a Boiling Rock Rider here. And we'll try and get some blades. Game is over. If we had played correctly and we have a 1/2 with firebending, does this look different? We're threatening to pump 3 times every time with him. He's a player. The control player right now, but I kind of needed him to block with his Earth Kingdom Jailer and make a mistake there. Plus, he can just airbend or disciple. Twin Blades. We'll leave 1 pump left over. We can get to 3 power Fire Nation Cadets. Get to be an 8/8. Have we shown him Twin Blades? I think we did. Last game. Did we? 3 double strike. No, 2 doubles. Yeah, 3 double strike. I'll just airbend. We do that. Alright. Let's keep our head screwed on this time. Zai's cruelty also would have been rough there, as he can just cast his Airbender's Lesson to bounce our creature. And if he draws a card that we discard, yeah. But if he draws like a land, then still rough. Or not good, but okay, that's something to do. We will Earthbend here, I think. Please don't have lightning strike. If he had a lightning strike, he would still flash activation and reinforcements first. Okay, Long Fang before combat means we'll get 1/1 counters. Yes. Lightning strike we should have used up there. It's a little funkier than attacking with Wartime Protest. So we can hold up Firebending Lesson. I think it's correct. I'm not going to kill his 1/1. He is. And is it exiled? Yup. So we don't even get the death trigger. Oh, you can kill one thing. This is bad. We're not having Wartime Protesters. I think we do tap this. Oh, no, we only have 1 red mana, so it doesn't matter, right? Okay, attacking with reinforcements, so he just attacks through there. It's only if it's an ally. This isn't an ally. So let's play this, I guess, so we can kick Firebending Lesson, if that looks like the right thing to do at any point in time. Okay, just a 1/1 fire. That's what he means. does have firebending turn on, we can hit him 4 times. Do 4 power worth of damage. 1/2 will attack through. We have an uneven amount of mana, so we can, if he doesn't block here, pump Fire Nation Cadets all the way up and still hold up Firebending Lesson. Okay, got that attack through. Soka, yikes. Hopefully we can kill it before he plays any non-creature spells. I guess we want to know pre-combat what the deal is. And we should be able to cast Twin Blades without any mana. Do we want to use it here? Or do we just want to pump? This would make us do 4 damage. He can draw a card if he has nothing to do here with Kyoshi Village. We hope that's what he does. So it'll mean he's got nothing in hand. I assume he's got removal if he's got a block here. I'm gonna wait till we pump to 4 power. And we'll get something back with Zuko's Conviction. Kill Fire Nation Cadets and Zuko something back this turn. And we don't need to do it right now. Wartime protesters, come on back. Play this and Pox Bears. Bears will have a 1/1 counter and haste. Swing in 16. Alright, let's go for Twin Blades and the Fire Nation Cadets. Cool. Deck did its thing. We didn't play totally tight. Fire Nation Cadets can be a little awkward when they don't have firebending, but when they do, they can pop off like that. Nice. I will pause until we find our final match. Oh no, Marine Crash. Hopefully it counted that as a win. It did. Okay. Alright, final match time. I'll unpause when we have an opponent. Okay, we found our final boss, TK Ryan. Dauntless Drafter. The Cloud skin. We have no lessons for Fire Nation cadets. No 2-drop. But we got Warp Balloon into Wartime Protesters. In both colors. Let's play Fire Nation cadets. Hope we get a 2-drop next turn. Maybe like Dai Li might even be okay to turn on the Fire Nation cadets. Back here, try and get some free damage. We do. And here we won't block. Same thing as him, we'll just let it through. I'm tempted to select again to try and play Fire Nation Engineer Raid. And it looks like we don't have to block, we can just attack. Trade for Earth Village Ruffian. So Earthbend too, so I don't love this. But we're pretty far away from getting Firebend turned on. That's into 2-3. That can attack into his 2-2. No, not Invasion Submersible. He might actually bounce our Fire Nation cadets to get rid of the counter. He does not. He cannot waterbend that submersible. So let's play. This is not an ally. Wartime Protester can just get in there. I think that's better than Fire Nation Engineer putting another counter on Fire Nation. And the advantage of trading for that Ruffian is if he does want to spend his mana, he has to tap his creature lane there. Missing another lane is rough. He can waterbend here. We have no allies to enter. About Fire Nation Drill. Kill his monster. Paku. We can't do this on his submersible because he hasn't crewed it yet. Now I think we do actually chill. I don't want to trade the Wartime Protesters for his Invasion Submersible. Accumulating Wisdom, I see. His lessons pay off if he plays like first time flyers. Cabbage Merchant's gonna be a pretty good blocker too. If he uses him as a chump blocker, he can go fetch a land to ramp and avoid damage. have to start right here. We turn on firebending. Then we do what with that firebending mana? Nothing yet. So let's just crew. Formation drill. Trigger raid. Okay. Yeah, he's got 2 islands, so he can sack a food token here if he wants to. I think he's probably deciding between that and leaving the unwanted cabbage merchant. Okay, so he doesn't get to prevent combat damage with that. That wouldn't have worked on a Tranquil. So let's distribute to the Fire Nation cadets. Spread the love. Six, 9. We're looking at 9 damage if all creatures connect. Plus 6. Ooh, Toke can Earthbend a land, but he may actually... Does he have infinite time to play that? He does. He can make a 4/4. Three, 4. I guess we just swing out here, right? Or how? Yeah, how to start a riot. Give our what? Wartime protesters? Menace? What do we want to give Menace here? Or 2/3? No, because it's gonna be a 4/3. Now he's guaranteed dead, I think. Yeah, he blocks that, we give something else, double strike. Cool. Didn't block our menace, then double strike on 7/7 is going to take him to -2. So he's got a scary deck. He just did a bit too much dirtling with Seismic Sense. And the lesson that digs, but that thing's scary. It's got ward, so it's going to be awkward with our removal. Toph is going to create 1/1s. I think he's got a good matchup against us. I don't mind seeing Zuko's Exile. This is bad against us, I think. And Master Paku is not great. We can attack in with a lot of 2 toughness creatures. I don't think we change anything. He's wearing 2 belts. Just realized that. Cloud has 2 belts on. It's kind of wild. Let's keep it. It's got the Fire Sages. We can threaten to pump turn 3 and then play the Fire Nation. I would have loved to draw Fire Nation Cadet, but now we draw it late. Invasion Submersible is great for him. Let's get as much firebending going as we can. No lesson yet for Fire Nation cadets, but we'll get firebending off fire sages here. He can water bend his submersible out, so we'll have to be careful with that. I don't want to pay 3 mana to kill his submersible. I don't want to pay 4 mana to kill a submersible. So I would like to play the Fire Nation Engineer this turn, but I don't think it's actually going to happen. Swamp Snare Trap is not flash, so we'll just play Deserter's Disciples. Fire Nation Cadets. Next turn we can get Fire Sages through if he hasn't removed it. With our Deserter's Disciples effect, he'll make it so that another target creature will... If he played a flyer, we could potentially double drop Swamp Snare Trap and Fire Nation Engineer. That'd be the dream. 40. Opponent is playing a regulation size deck. Here we do just get through with 1, 2, 3. We could crack a clue with Messenger Hawk. Is that actually the best thing to do? No, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. Play Fire Sages here. We can actually make this into a 3/3. And still play a 3-drop. I think that's the best thing to do. It removes our ability to make it unblockable with Deserter's Disciples, but I don't think that's what. Let's hold up on Messenger Hawk, Fire Nation Engineer out of here, and then Fire Nation Cadets will be the next unblockable. So he will ramp. That makes me fear that he has... Oh, he doesn't sack Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. If he had a big drop like Boomy, he'd be able to play it here and we'd probably be DED dead. Okay, that will turn on the Fire Nation Cadets. We're blasting. What, the Unlucky Cabbage Merchant? Sure. Then, what's it, Messenger Hawk? And then let's swing through. It's a lot of fire pending. 5 in total. So we'll go to 6 mana. Should block our Fire Nation Engineer with his Ruffians. Our Raucous Audience on his... Okay, I see. He can eat our Fire Nation Engineer now. Or our Deserter's Disciples, but that's alright. Well, we can pump and trade there. We can actually double pump. This is how he blocks. I think that's maybe a bait, right? So we'll single pump to start. 4-5. I mean, what could he have? Instant speed. Let's pump once. See what happens. Okay. I mean, let's go for it. +2/+2. Yep. Now he's hellbent. Draw a card. That can be pumped for more damage. Still pretty good for him. Nice place. And he's actually going to get in. Rebellious captives will need to die. But we'll see what we draw first. Five. Yeah, one more mana and he can do the thing. Is that actually okay though? What if we get back Fire Nation Engineer? Seven, 9. Yeah, we just need 1 and he could Firebend and we're dead. So yeah, we gotta swap Snare Trap. Or let him trade here. One, 2, 3, 1, 2. We can spend this perfectly. And this is gonna go to waste. We don't pop it now. Turn. Zuko's Conviction at the end of his turn to either grab our Fire Sages, Fire Sage, or our Fire Nation Engineer. 2 damage unblockable wouldn't be horrible either. It's gotta be Fire Nation Engineer, right? With a flyer. All. I don't know why Earthbend has 2 triggers whenever a land comes back. Now he's top decking. That's an alright top deck. We're okay with that. TLA. I mean, he's going to be able to play anything he draws immediately, right? With 3/5 mana. So 4, 7, that won't kill him. Let's do this. Good mannered opponent. tough sledding. This was a pretty sweet curve out. I think the deck was just well formed. I could have used more firebending lessons, like I mentioned, to avoid more situations with the Fire Nation cadets just being 1-2s. But this, even if firebending wasn't turned on for a while, was still pretty okay. Wartime Protesters obviously great. Fire Nation Drill, our other rare, great. And then I did like having a single twin blades. It was all right. I don't think this is a real high pickup, but How to Start a Riot fit this deck like a glove. And I actually didn't mind Deserter's Disciples with Fire Nation Engineer. I think this combo was pretty good. So that's a 3-0 with Rakdos. GG's. We'll see you next time.